And Sunshine is zooming in from Kentucky, from the other side of the river, from Louisville, as I understand, and representing all of the wonderful weirdness of the Louisville creative community. Uh, and also on this Zoom is L.A. Marks, or Lisa, who's the founder of Ars Poetica and is maybe the weirdest person in Louisville. I'm gonna just say that. Uh,
Wow, thank you so much, Micah.
I mean, you're one of two people I know there, but I'll just say that. So, Sunshine, I'd love to just ask you a question or two. We got to talk a little bit of a brief bio. I'd love to hear from you, that's so in line with what we do, about kind of the healing power, freeing power of writing and of self-expression in your life.
Yes. Well, like a lot of people who are drawn to poetry, I first started writing just kind of in my phone as a way to journal, but also turn some really difficult feelings and experiences into something lovely. So I very quickly realized that I could write about my pain or previous experiences and come out with a piece that felt satisfying, like, oh, I finally put words to it, or oh, I conveyed this feeling, and kind of realized that by turning that feeling into poetry that I was sort of removing it from my body in a very healing way that allowed me to feel a lot more joyful and light. So poetry very quickly became like a healing modality for me. And then the more that I continued writing, the more that I was like, oh, I kind of want to share this. But that is a very vulnerable experience. And that is something that when you first get started feels very scary. And depending on what your first experiences are with that, um, it it may go well, it may not, it just kind of depends on the group that you're in. So I definitely started out feeling very trepidatious about it.
Hmm. Yeah, thank you for that. And I know that you also lead some writing groups where you are. So I'd love to hear about the why behind that, which I know has a lot of meaning for you and the culture of it.
Absolutely. So in Louisville, I have a writing workshop called Golden Hours, and we meet twice a month. Um, And I started this because, once I kind of overcame the arc that I just mentioned with the fear of being seen and presenting my art to other people who can see it and hear it, once I kind of got over the terror of that, I started to realize how invigorating it was and how connecting it could be. And I wanted to take my newfound bravery and confidence and help instill it into other people. So, again, like I mentioned, not all creative circles are the same. Like some of them have people that are very established and high achieving, and that can be really intimidating. And so I really wanted to create a circle where it just kind of felt like friends hanging out in the living room, and it was a safe place to maybe share your art and write together with people if you've never once done that before. So it was kind of meant to be something between writing completely by yourself and going in front of a microphone at an open mic at your local bar. Something to kind of give people safe and positive experiences in between.
Mhm. Thank you for that. And uh, I'm looking forward to you reading a piece of yours. And before that, just to set this up a little in the context of the narrative method, for those of you who are here for the first time, we cycle through the 12 core concepts of the narrative method, which are the methodology created by Sherry. And we look at one of the core concepts each week. This week's core concept is who you really are, which is so in line with, what you've talked about. And that is your essential humanity and sense of self experience. Okay. So with that, Sunshine, I'd love for you to read your piece.
Absolutely. So the piece I wanted to read today is one that was just recently published in um, Fatal Flaw magazine, and the prompt for this was witness.
Mm.
So I kind of took that in a direction that really spoke to me at the time, and it's called When I Say God is a Woman, I Mean. God is the blood and bone of a mother's open hips, unhinged, permitting, the truest expression of life, cries. I hear God in the memory of those pained bellows. I was there. I passed through God, but I too was crying. I mean, men don't understand the blood and the bone, the warmth they fell from, once so enveloped in softness and skin, and then the womb's warmth drains from them. So men build fires and forget, create God again in their image, and obsess over the open hips of women without remembering why.